Hello, everybody, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, it is a crosstown district rivalry between the Waco Lions and the Midway Panthers. I'm Lark Smith, along with the coach Butch Henry, and Coach, this is a series that people look forward to every year.
Yeah, I went out last year when they played out Midway. It was people hanging from the rafters, and another district loss will not eliminate Waco High from the playoffs. It'll put them behind the 8-ball. This is a good Midway team, even though Tanner Mordecai's not there. They're undefeated in district. They got to remember, still have Temple and Belton on the rise. And ironically tonight, each team has a real good running back, Randy Carpenter and Fulbright for Midway. Both of them were number 5. So keep an eye on those two young men. But, like I say, a big rivalry. It should be an enthusiastic crowd, so I'm ready to tee it up.
I'm ready to tee it up as well, and hope you are too. It's Midway versus Waco coming up next right here on Waco ISD TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'd like to recognize Coach Andrew Hurtado as Waco High's Coach of the Week. Coach Hurtado is a Waco native and a 2005 graduate of Waco High, where he was a 3-year letterman in football and baseball and was named honorable mention all-district linebacker, as well as first-team all-district and honorable mention Super Centex in baseball. Andrew continued his baseball career at MCC for 2 years before transferring to Texas State, earning his undergraduate degree in exercise, sports science, and business administration. Andrew and his wife, Lindsay, have 2 sons, Michael, age 4, and Joshua, who is 1. They enjoy traveling, the outdoors, attending sporting events, and spending time with family. We want to thank Coach Hurtado for his hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish Coach Hurtado and the Lions all the best in the remainder of the season. Congratulations, Coach Hurtado. Tonight, we would also like to recognize Janitra Grayson as Waco High School's Teacher of the Week. Ms. Grayson is a Waco High native and has been teaching Spanish for 5 years. This is her first year at Waco High, where she teaches Spanish and is also a cheer coach. Ms. Grayson graduated from Texas University of Texas at Austin with degrees in philosophy and Spanish, and she is currently completing a graduate degree in educational leadership at the University of Texas at Tyler. Her future plans include pursuing a superintendent certification. In her free time, you can find her with her daughter, Peyton, at church or somewhere reading or writing. We want to thank Mrs. Grayson for her hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish her and the Lions all the best in the remainder of the school year. Congratulations, Ms. Grayson. We have Michelle Sandoval, Jasmine Cole, Hannah Clayton, Emery Cruz, Michaela Herrera, Trinaya Smith, Captain Tylene Sia, Co-Captain Ashley Wilburn, Daniela Acevedo, Taylor Torres, Mariah Mason, Hallie Morgan, Lucia Gonzalez, Anaya Williams, Delma Harrison, Mascot Grant Hicks, and we have Icy Anderson and Chloe Turnbill. Coaches are Arnisha Linville and Janitra Grayson. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of tonight's road tour game, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and In-N-Out Burger are proud to honor 2 players who have excelled not only on the football field, but also in the classroom. Waco's own Corey Ebron and Midway's Andrew Bullock are tonight's Scholar Athletes of the game. Both players will be awarded a $250 scholarship check towards their college tuition for their outstanding leadership and academic performance. Let's give these 2 gentlemen a round of applause and congratulate them again on this astounding achievement. Congratulations to Corey Ebron and Andrew Bullock.
Welcome back to Waco ISD Stadium for tonight's district rivalry game between between the Waco Lions and the Midway Panthers. Panthers have already made their way on the field, dressed in their all-white road uniforms, white helmets, white tops, white pants, and the Waco Lions tonight going to be in their home all red helmets, red shirts, red pants. It'll look like an anthill out here with
red everything, yeah.
Red everywhere and white everywhere.
Got a good crowd on the far side from Midway, and a lot of them still coming.
Midway comes into tonight's affair with a record of 2 wins and a loss. They started the season with that loss against Euless Trinity, 37-7. Their second game was played at the Cotton Bowl, and because of lightning was canceled after about 8 minutes of the first quarter, and they tried to get it started several times. It was the first of 2 games scheduled for the Cotton Bowl that day. Well, they were just not able to finish it off, so they just flat canceled the game. Then they started district play with a 13-10 win over Killeen, and their last outing was against Killeen Ellison, a 56-27 win at home. Waco Lions, meanwhile, are coming off an open date. They are 1-2 on the year. They started off with that one victory here at Waco ISD Stadium against University, 29-22. But they have been on the road for their last 2 games, losing at Georgetown 17-7, and then losing to Killeen Ellison at Leo Buckley Stadium 35-16. So the Lions back home for the first time.
We haven't seen them seem like in about a month.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
We saw them in the Derek Johnson Classic. Then they all of a sudden just vacated the premises.
They disappeared, and tonight, if Waco High is going to have to throw the football, that's not their forte. They have like 150-something yards passing in 3 games. That's not very good.
Yeah, they come into tonight's game. Their quarterback's 26 of 44 passing for just 213 yards and just 1 touchdown. On the ground, though, Waco High with 152 carries for 686 yards and 7 touchdowns. I'm sorry, on the ground there are 108 carries for 476 yards and 6 touchdowns, and they're led by Randy Carpenter, who's had 2 100-yard games already this year. That was in the first 2 games, but was bottled up against Ellison in their last outing, only 68 yards against Ellison, but he had 104 against Georgetown and 111 against University, and that's what they're going to need tonight is for Randy Carpenter to have a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough goal because this is a good Midway team even without Mordecai. They're a good football team, and however, Killeen played them tough, and they blew Ellison out, so that's the one opponent these two have in common. Waco High lost Ellison thanks to a couple of 90-yard plus kickoff returns for Ellison.
The Junior ROTC has presented the flags and the colors at midfield. And in just a moment, we will have the national anthem from the Waco High Choir.
As we tribute to this great country during the singing of our national anthem, we'd also like to ask that you remain standing in honor of the recessional of the colors as they exit the field. Immediately following will be Texas Our Texas, so show your Texas pride and sing along. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem will be sung by the Waco High School Choir. And now, Texas, our Texas. We'd ask that you remain until the colors have left the field.
Captain's getting ready to meet at midfield with our officiating crew tonight. Coach, who's our officials for this evening's game?
These guys from the Waco chapter. The referee is Nelson Barnes, happens to be assistant district attorney down in Bell County. Rodney Harris is umpire. Darrell Ward, linesman. Line judge is Steve Stone, and the back judge is Mike Teal.
Captains for Waco High tonight include number 3, Corey Ebron, number 5, Randy Carpenter, number 8, Rodney Ratliff, and number 19, Jordan Fuller. For Midway tonight, you have number 2, Xavier Abalos, number 5, James Fulbright, number 8, Grant Seeger, and number 17, Nick Jimenez. Weather-wise, a great evening for football. As a matter of fact, it was a great day. It wasn't all that hot. I think mid-80s is as high as it got today. We do have a little bit of a breeze blowing in from the south end zone, which will have it going from right to left on your television screen. But a temperature of nice 79 degrees at kickoff time under a partly cloudy sky.
Probably one of the nicer nights we've had so far this season. At least it's not 95 degrees. And I'm sure those players welcome that.
Absolutely. Waco High won the toss and elected to defer. So Midway will receive, and they will be going from right to left on your television screen to start this first quarter. Coach, I kind of expect to see a running game from both of these squads because of the running backs that you mentioned in the pregame, Randy Carpenter and James Fulbright. James Fulbright, in his career at Midway, has over 3,000 yards rushing. Comes in this season with 339 and just 4 touchdowns on 64 carries. But I expect to see a lot of him tonight as well as a lot of Randy Carpenter.
Yeah, Fulbright is their bell cow, and Coach Hume calls him a bowling ball. You know, he runs track. He's one of those power lifters, and he had 145 yards rushing last week against Clean. So we'll see a big dose of number 5 from Midway tonight, and also number 5 from Waco High.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 1, Travarius Hodges, along with number 12, Eli Garvin. And on the far side is Grant Seeger. Chris Lascada has it teed up at the North 40 as we get set for the crosstown rivalry between the Waco Lions and the Midway Panthers. Maybe the largest crowd we've seen at Waco ISD Stadium this year. Pop-up kick coming to the near side, taken in at the 17-yard line. Nice return, Good blocking, caught from behind at the 40-yard line. Eli Garvin will set Midway up at the 43-yard line in their own territory.
Nice tackle that time, Waco High from J.D. Reese. And like I say, they did that other, not kind of a pooch kick, but they still got a good return. So Waco High defense will see if they can corral this explosive Midway offense.
Midway quarterback is Nick Jimenez. Running back is James Fulbright. He'll have wide receivers DeMarcus DeGreat, Deontay Thomas, Will Nixon, and Eli Garvin. Looking to pass on first down, coming down the near sideline, going deep and overthrows his man and knocked away by a Waco High defense. Ball intended for Deontay Thomas as they went deep on the first one.
That's a nice play by Keith Guller that time from Waco High. Number 20, you watch him. And I believe O'Keefe might have intercepted this, but he decided to knock it down. There it is right there. You got the end of it, but he might could have, he's a little upset with himself.
Jimenez had good time to throw because of that offensive line up front led by the center, John Gurriel. Handoff goes to Fulbright, straight ahead running up the near hash mark. Fulbright will get about 5 yards out of it up to the 48-yard line.
Finally corralled and brought down that time. I believe that might have been, I couldn't tell for sure whether that was Raymond O'Neill or not.
Midway guards are Daniel Castro and Josh Echeverria. The tackles Micah Cohen and Wesley Nadego. 3rd down and 5. Pass in the flat. It's complete to Garvin. Garvin sidesteps a couple of would-be tacklers, gets it across midfield into Waco territory, but he's going to be held shy of the first down. He needed to get to the 47, and he's only to the 49.
Nice tackle by Rodney Ratliff that time from Waco High. He is the leading tackler on this Waco High football team. Just look at number 8, Ratliff right there. Bulldogs him down. I'm not sure they're going to punt this football.
Well, it's 4th and 2 from the 49. See if they try to get Waco to jump off or if they're actually going for it. They're going for it, and it's going to be Jimenez looking to run around the right side, and he won't get there, Coach. The ball's going to go over on downs.
That's a big defensive stand for Waco High. The Jimenez tried to get it on his own, just through a quarterback sweep, and brought down really by a host of lines. A bunch of red jerseys, as you see right there.
Well, Midway has it for 1:28, make that 27 seconds. And gives the ball to Waco High at the Lion 49-yard line with 10:33 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Randy Carpenter. He goes around the left side, gets about 3 yards up to the Midway 48-yard line. Does Carpenter have the speed against this defense to get around the edge, Coach?
Yeah, it's going to be tough against this Midway defense. I think Coach Hume kind of rolled the dice early on, didn't he?
Certainly did. Jordan Fuller's the quarterback. Carpenter, the running back in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter bounces it out around the right side and gets to the 44-yard line for a pickup of 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well, we've seen a big dose of Randy Carpenter so far. There's another look at Randy. Looked like he kind of slid into second base that time.
Receivers for Waco High, Rodney Ratliff, Kabian McCoy, and Jaquan Wells. Oliver Jones, also a tight end, is eligible to catch a pass. George Ramirez, number 62, is the center. 3rd down and 3 from the Midway 44. High snap. Fuller is going to recover it back at the Waco 46-yard line. And there's that first bugaboo, Coach.
How many times in a game do we see that happen?
At least 3.
Yeah. That does bring up a punting situation for Waco High, I would imagine.
Puts them behind the chains. Brings up a 4th down and 13. As they lost 10 on that play. And will bring about a punting situation. Chris Escada to do the punting.
They're one short, Waco High. They need another man on the field, I believe, if I counted correctly.
Hodges the man deep.
Timeout, Waco. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
End up having to take a timeout because you don't get the punt team on the field.
They're going to have enough trouble with Midway playing with 11, much less 10. They still don't know who's supposed to be on there. They're looking around. Somebody's supposed to be. Here he comes. Oh, he's supposed to be on there or not, but he is right now. That's Dennis Harris, number 32.
He may not be on it next week.
No, he may not be.
Midway 2-0 in district play with the wins over Killeen and Ellison. Waco High's only district game so far against Ellison, that 35-16 loss, so that's the only common opponent between them is the Ellison Eagles so far. Again, it's 4th and 13.
Chris Escato, he does the field goal kicking, the extra points, and the punting. Got a good leg.
Hodges back deep, kicking into a slight breeze. Good high spiral is going to come down at the 8-yard line. Good return, and he's in the open. Got one man to beat. Cannot beat that one man. There's also a flag on the play. Good job staying back and covering ground by Matthew Mason, but now let's see the meaning of the flag.
Take one more look at that. That was a really nice return this time. I assume that's going to be
on the return. We have a block in the back, number 31 on the receiving team. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Midway.
Midway's going to get the ball with 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Waco High had it for exactly 2 minutes on their first possession, but both teams have come away with nothing. 3 downs and, well, 4 downs and on downs and 3 downs and punt.
I know Waco High did not want to burn that timeout this early, but they had to do it because they were one man short, so hopefully that won't happen again.
Midway has it at their own 31-yard line. Second possession, no score. Menace fakes a handoff to Fulbright, throws in flat, incomplete, just out of the reach of the fingertips of DeMarcus DeGreat.
Now their best receiver is number 3, Deontay Thomas, who had a couple of touchdown receptions against Ellison. He's a good one, so you can look for him. Later on, he split out way to the left on our side out there.
Menace is 0 for 2 out of the gate. 2nd and 10. Flares it out to Fulbright. Fulbright down the far sideline will stay upright, but bumped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play.
Take one more look at it. They're coming back, going back to that right side. Had a nice block that time for Midway up front. That was a really nice block for Xavier Harris.
Brings up 3rd and 2. So they check with the coaching staff on the other side. Offensive coordinator Keith Knowles. Passing for the first down, complete on the far side. This time DeGreat takes it in and has the first down at the 45.
Midway's seen something they like on that far side because they've thrown 3 consecutive passes to that same side.
First down of the game for either team. 3 receivers to the right. DeGreat, the receiver at the top of the formation. And it's back to pass, throws deep, and it's knocked away. Great closing speed there by Waco High's J.D. Reese.
Yeah, J.D. Reese done a good job back there tonight. Had his man well covered. They were trying to go to the wideout that time. Will Nixon, who has got excellent speed.
Nixon will go to the right side to put twins on each side. Fulbright to the right of the quarterback. And a whistle. Stoppage of play. Do we have a flag?
False start. Yep. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So makes up a second down and 15. Still at the 45.
Midway's thrown the football a lot more than I thought they would tonight, early on.
We've got Fulbright with 1 carry and 1 pass catch so far. The man is looking deep, throws, and it's Complete. Nice leaping catch out there by Will Nixon at the 39-yard line. In Waco's end of the field.
You take another look at that, was one heck of a catch. Will Nixon doesn't carry that football that much, but against Ellison, he had 116 yards rushing in only 6 carries. That's not bad.
16-yard pickup to the Waco 39. And another first down, second first down in the drive. This time they hand it off to Fulbright, and Corey Ebron wraps him up, but Fulbright will carry him for a couple of yards up to the 37-yard line.
Corey Ebron's young man is this. I believe he's been a starter for 3 years on this team, and he's kind of the leader on defense. He's not the leading tackler because he plays defensive end instead of linebacker.
He was honored before the game along with Midway's Andrew Bullock as the Scholarship Athlete of the Week. Fulbright has the ball again, trying to find some running room, but unable to do so as wrapped around his ankles is Tahimi Isabel.
That's a nice tackle this time. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that they're keying on Fulbright just like everybody else will all year, I would imagine.
No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down and 8 at the 37.
This certainly brings up a passing situation. I'm still looking for him to go to Deontay Thomas sometime tonight. I don't know when that'll be.
Thomas is at the bottom of your screen. Will Nixon in the slot to the left of the formation. Jimenez looking right and is clobbered by Ebron, fumbles the football, and Waco High says they're on top of it, and sure enough, they have the football. Coming up with it is Deshaun Fisher.
You see right there, I tell you what, Waco High came on kind of blitz that time, and Corey Ebron really did a good job.
So the first turnover of the game goes Waco High's way. They get the ball with 6 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A scoreless football game. Waco High will have it at their own 48-yard line. I believe they had the ball for 1 minute and 52 seconds on that drive. Once again, Midway held without points after their second possession. Waco High's second possession. Fuller back to pass, pulls it up as his men were covered. Now he fakes as if he's gonna throw and unable to get anybody off their feet and brought down. Big 92, Willie Jackson gets there quickly to him.
Yeah, Willie Jackson was there. He was Johnny on the spot, and you see Fuller just did not have anybody open that time.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10. Two receivers to the left. Fuller hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter cuts it back inside, but is dropped for a 1-yard loss.
Nowhere to go that time for Randy Carpenter. The Midway defensive line is doing a good job, and they're kind of cutting off Carpenter at the pass, so to speak.
Actually, he lost 2 on the play, back to the 46. Offensive line needs to do a better job. Those guards, Juan Rivera and Jordan Becerra, and the tackles, Herman Newton and Jordan Banda, looking to give Carpenter some running room, but on 3rd and 12, the snap is fumbled a bit by Fuller, and now he's just going to throw it away. Had nobody over there to throw it to, and just made sure he didn't lose any yardage.
So we've seen 2 bad snaps, and we're still in the first quarter.
That's what the shotgun will give you.
Good look at Kwame Cavill right there and his coaching staff.
Chris Escada on the punt for the 2nd time tonight. Hodges waiting for it inside his 15-yard line. A bit low liner this time. Takes a bounce, though, a Waco High bounce. Finally picked up, and now trying to get out of jail. And able to do so is Hodges. He's down the far sideline, had 1 man to beat. We do have a flag, though, back trailing the play.
I'm pretty sure that was a block in the back.
Quavian Mathis able to trip him up, but it's going to come back some because of the flag.
I thought he made a big mistake picking that
On the
football up.
return, block in the back above the waist, number 82 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Midway.
Midway gets the ball back with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go first quarter, and we are still scoreless.
I don't think Coach Hume really agreed with that call, but it is what it is. They're not going to change it.
So Midway will have it at the 25-yard line.
Actually, Escato's kind of out kicking his coverages so far tonight.
Just a little bit. This will be the worst field position for Midway to start a drive so far. They started at their own 43 and their own 31. Now they start at their own 25. So right now, Waco High winning the field position battle. Hand off to Fulbright. Gets a good block up the middle and races into Waco High territory. Finally dragged down from behind by Rodney Ratliff, but he'll get it to the 49-yard line. That's a 26-yard gain.
Just a matter of time. You see James Fulbright right there. You can see Ratliff come in and jump on his back. Ratliff is the leading tackler for Waco High.
Fulbright has it again, but Corey Ebron has him again. Ebron just flat ate him up.
I think Corey Ebron is certainly having a good football game early on. He really is.
Loss of 3 yards back to the Midway 47. Brings up a second down and 13. Clock rolling with 4:21 left to go. First period, no score between Waco and Midway. Menace hands it off to Fulbright. Fulbright finds a little bit of a running lane. Will take it down to the Waco 42-yard line before he's finally knocked down by McQuavian Mathis.
There's another look at James Fulbright, and that offensive line from Midway's open. It's a pretty big hole.
Picked up 11 yards on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 2. At the Waco, actually 3rd and 3 from the 42. Jimenez is going to keep it. Coming around the left side, will step out of bounds near the 30-yard line and pick up another first down.
J.D. Reese is a young man from Waco High that kind of helped him get out of bounds. You see him, number 15, come right into your screen, and there's a Menace. They tried that quarterback sweep earlier to the right side, did not work. This time they came to the left side, it did work.
1st and 10 at the 30 for Midway. Maybe their deepest penetration of the game so far. Nixon into Great, the receivers on the far side, but coming to the near side, pass is complete to Deontay Thomas. Thomas with some nice moves, gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Yeah, Deontay Thomas is their go-to guy where they throw the football. He's running a little down-out pattern that time and wide open for the first down, and he finally brought it down by Keith Gullery.
Picked up 21 yards. Makes it 1st and goal from the 9. Fulbright with the football. Just keeps it churning inside the 5 down to the 2.
That's why they call him the bowling ball. He's 5'7", 195 pounds. Very strong youngster.
Got right in behind 6'4", 310-pound Jake Long. Just moving people out of the way. For that 7-yard pickup, 2nd and goal. Fulbright in for the touchdown. Exactly what we expected to see Midway to do tonight is depend on James Fulbright, and in that 7-play drive, Fulbright carried it 5 times.
Yeah, you know, the first couple of series they were throwing the football a lot more than I thought they would, and they finally decided, let's go to our bell count. It worked for them.
Point after attempt put on the board by Bryce Bolin. So with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Midway on the scoreboard first, leading Waco High by a score of 7-0.
Now Midway will enjoy their open date next week, and then after that I think they travel down to Temple to take on the Wildcats. Waco High will be at Coppers Cove next week. We will be back here next week as the university will host Joshua.
That drive for Midway goes 75 yards in 7 plays. Took 2 minutes and 7 seconds of the first quarter clock. Let's see, Fulbright had 37, 44, 46 yards of that 75-yard drive on the ground.
Good look at some of the Waco High fans tonight, having a good time, and a lot of students out for Waco High tonight. I can't read what that says on those shirts, but several of them are wearing them.
Very good crowd on the opposite side as well. Midway fans turned out for this one. Dylan Benitez is going to do the kicking off for Midway. Waco High setting up like the possibility of an onside kick. Benitez does pop it up toward the far side. Caught at the 20-yard line, and he caught it on the knee, so Randy Carpenter's not going to be able to return that one, so they'll have the ball at the 20.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. Number 35 came over, so he did not have 4 men on each side of the ball.
So they re-kick, I assume, right?
Well, we're about to find out, I guess. I don't know if Waco High has a choice here or not, but I think I would make them re-kick.
And
no
add
matter
5
what.
yards to the end of the kick. First down, Waco.
Oh,
That'll
okay.
be at the 25. Well, it seems like Midway's picked up about 4 or 5 penalties, but I don't think Waco High's been penalized yet. Now I've opened my mouth. We'll watch it happen.
Yeah, probably will. Waco High's got to get some type of offense going, and to do that, they're going to have to throw the football a little bit, because they're keying on Randy Carpenter just like they should.
And 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Fuller fakes the handoff to Carpenter, throws in the flat, and it's almost picked off. Looking to take a pick 6 there, I believe, was Parker Nall, who was just about to go the other way with it.
If he'd have caught it, I guarantee he could have walked to the other end. There, you look at it right there. So close, but yet so far. That pass that time was intended for Jerome Ratliff.
Fuller 0 for 2 in the passing department so far. It stops the clock with 2:52 left in the first quarter. Randy Carpenter tries to cut back and slips and falls. Falls for a 2-yard loss back to the 23.
That's twice tonight that we've seen Randy Carpenter slip and fall, so he's coming out of the game right now. Going in for him is James Taylor.
James Taylor, we haven't seen him run much this year. Senior running back. Fuller's got time, throws deep, and underthrows, and it's picked off. There to pick it off for Midway. It's the guy that had a chance a moment ago. Parker Nall picks it off this time, and second turnover of the game. Each team has one.
That was intended for Xavier Williams. They've just been underthrown. He saw where Seeger picked it up, so turnover for the Panthers.
Now Waco High just had it for 45 seconds before they turned it over. Midway will have it at the Midway 45-yard line with 2:12 left to go in the first quarter, and they've got the lead of 7-0. Late check in defensively for Waco High. Zamir Latchison. Handoff goes to Fulbright, and Fulbright will spin his way into Waco High territory down to the 48-yard line for a pickup of 7 yards on the play.
And the guy that just checked in, Xavier Latchison, is the young man that made the tackle.
7 yards for Fulbright now gives him 9 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Already halfway to 100 yards, and we're still in the first quarter. Jet sweep given to DeGreat. Fulbright blocking for him out front, but DeGreat not able to get away from Waco High's pursuit, and we'll get 1 yard out of it to the 47.
That pursuit was led by Ty Isabel. You'll see it right there. That was good defense on the part of Waco High.
1 yard gain will bring up a 3rd down and 2 at the Waco 47. Actually, they mark him at the 46, so give him a 2 yard gain. Makes it 3rd and 1. This is Fulbright territory. Menace takes the snap, will throw it, but will not be able to as he has just gotten to immediately as Waco High comes on the blitz. And Dahimi Isbell once again. Matter of fact, he caused a fumble, Coach.
He caused it, and good job. I believe it might have been recovered that time. I'm trying to recheck my number. I think it was recovered by Patrick Tucker, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Waco High set up shop. They need to strike while the iron's hot right now.
Waco High once again gets the turnover, and they get it with 56 seconds left to go in our first quarter, and they have it in Midway territory at the 43-yard line. This is where you'd like to be able to throw something deep. They fake the handoff. Running with the football is the number 2 quarterback, Jawayne Howard. And Howard loses the ball at the sideline, and it's recovered for Midway by Lance Jones before he goes out of bounds with it. So Howard on his first carry of the night fumbles the football.
Do you think Lance is any kin to Lenoy?
I'm going to bet he is.
Lenoy's on the staff. He could be.
Well, he's a ball hawk like Daddy. So Midway gets it right back with 45 seconds. Waco High had it for a grand total of 11 seconds before they gave it back to Midway at the Midway 36-yard line. Latchison once again late into the defense for Waco High. And now Waco High is going to have to call a timeout because they had somebody too many out there.
Yeah, 57.
We have timeout, Waco. It's their second charge timeout of the half.
Used both the timeouts for uncalled for reasons in the first quarter.
You'd think by this time of the season, you'd know who's supposed to be on the field when, but that hadn't been the case tonight. And Latchison said, well, I went in late last time, made a tackle. I thought I'd try it again.
Again, Waco High had the week off this last week to prepare for this game, but with the short amount of time that Kwame Cavill had to learn his team before the season started, he used this last week to try to almost redo off-season or spring training, or he wanted to try to learn a little bit more about his ball club as opposed to prepare totally for Midway over those 2 weeks. So it's 1st and 10 from the 36. Menace waiting for the snap from his center, John Gurriel. Handoff goes to Fulbright. Fulbright just keeps those legs churning, and will take it up to about the 42-yard line for a gain of 6.
He's just a tough youngster to bring down, and he doesn't have outstanding speed, but he keeps those legs moving, and that offensive line right now is doing a good job. They really are.
Mark him at the 41-yard line for a gain of 5. Here's 2nd down and 5. Seems to be good for about 5 yards every time he carries the ball.
Yep.
Caden Quinn is a blocking back for Midway, and Jimenez will follow the blocks of Quinn and Fulbright and get it across the 45-yard line, but may still be shy of the first down.
I think he's about a half a football short.
So mark it at the 45. He needs to get it to the 46. No, they do mark it at the 46 and give him the first down, Coach.
Well, okay.
So give Jimenez 5 yards on the play, and that is the end of our first quarter of play. After the first 12 minutes, our score is Midway 7 and Waco 7. Now let's go down to the field for a special presentation. Here's our stadium announcer, George
Waco
Snookhouse.
Independent School District. Miss Saxenian was born and raised in Waco and graduated from Richfield High in 1980. She earned her undergraduate degree from Texas Tech before coming home to Baylor for her graduate degree. She began her educational career at Lake Air Middle School in 1986 and taught for 10 years before serving the next 14 as an assistant principal. She is currently in her 3rd year as Dean of Instruction Academics at Waco High. In her 3 years for Waco ISD, she has been recognized as Outstanding Teacher of the Year at both the district and regional level and received Region 12 Assistant Principal of the Year honors. Her support of Waco ISD athletics over the years is greatly appreciated. Please join the athletic department in honoring Our newest lifetime athletic honor roll inductee is Lisa Saxenian. Congratulations.
Well-deserved honor for Lisa Saxenian. Pretty much every athletic event I've been to, she's been there.
Yeah, oh, she's everywhere.
All right, we're about to start the second quarter. Midway with a 7-0 lead and the football at their own 46-yard line, facing a third down and I make that a first down and 10. They were the only ones to put points on the board in the first 12 minutes. Low snap that's going to cause Jimenez to go down once again under a big rush. This time Deshaun Fisher gets to him first.
Boy, did he get to him first. Deshaun Fisher was there. I mean, he was there before Jimenez even knew what hit him. I promise. Came on a blitz that time.
All the way back to the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 19.
When you blitz like that, you may get the quarterback, but if they have a quick hitter to full right, he gets past that seam, it's trouble.
Adios. The lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Whistles before the snap and a procedure call against Midway.
False start, offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Well, it makes it 2nd and 24 now, all the way back to the 32-yard line. Coach, they need to get to the Waco 44-yard line for a first down.
They got a long way to go. This is where Waco really has an opportunity to hold them, force a punt, and they do not have a very good punter, I'll tell you that.
Well, after watching a couple of 6-man games, that's nothing for a 6-man team.
No.
Come 2nd and 24. See what Midway can do here. Jimenez looking to his right, looking up the middle of the field. Now is under pressure, drumbles the football, and Fulbright's there to get on top of it. But Waco High smothers him up. Jacob Mitchell, one of those there to bring him down.
Also, Deshaun Fisher, and I've always heard that the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and we've seen that tonight. Now, I'm telling you, they got third and a whole bunch.
3rd and 30.
I wonder if Coach Jim's got a play for this in his repertoire.
Mark it at the 27-yard line, so they get 3rd and 29.
I give it to Fulbright and let him get what he can.
After Jimenez lost 5 on that play. Jimenez now with the sacks, 8 carries for -1 yard and a couple of fumbles. Got time this time, throws it across the middle and overthrows his intended target as he was going to Deontay Thomas. Waco High looking for the interception, unable to get to it though, was
We have holding
Ratliff
on the offense, number 71. That penalty's declined, 4th down.
4th and 29 at the Midway 27.
There's been a lot of penalties against the Panthers so far tonight.
Great job by the Waco defense. This drive started at the 36 and ends 9 yards further back after 1 first down in the drive. Zach Brown back to punt. Gets away a low liner. Picked up on a hop. And up the near sideline, falling down with it, is Jerome Ratliff, a junior. But he'll have decent field position for Waco High with 9 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The Lions trailing 7-0.
Waco High just been very lethargic on offense. They've not been able to get anything going. They changed quarterbacks, went with Howard. Last year's, first thing he did was fumble the football, so we'll see the Carpenter's back in there now. Jordan
Fuller back in at quarterback. Carpenter will be to his left. We'll have trip receivers to the left. They'll hand off to Carpenter. Carpenter with a cutback. Will have running room up toward midfield. He'll step out at the 50-yard line mark, I do believe, is where they're marking.
That's a nice run. It was designed to go off tackle. Randy, you see him. He's got nothing there, so he can cut to the outside, use that speed.
7 yards on the play for Carpenter. Brings up a 2nd down and 3. Carpenter now just 7 carries. Make that 5 carries for 10 yards. Carpenter trying to sweep around the right side. Finds a little running room across the 45 down to the 43-yard line.
all of a sudden it's become the Randy Carpenter show, and rightfully so. Last 2 plays, he's picked up good yardage.
So first down at the 43. On the jet sweep and swallowed up is Jerome Ratliff as the Midway Panther got there in a big hurry.
Yeah, that Midway had with Deshaun Horn that time, I believe. I couldn't see on the far side of the field or on my monitor. Might not have been Horn. No, I don't think it was. Whoever it was, he got there quick.
The loss is all the way back to the 47-yard line. -4 on the play for Ratliff brings up second down and 14. Straight ahead running is Carpenter. Tries to bounce it outside, stumbles his way across the 45 up to about the 43-yard line to pick up a 4 on the play for Randy Carpenter.
Now, for most teams, this would bring up a passing situation, but passing has not been a Waco High forte this year.
Waco High thought maybe they had an offside penalty, but there's no contact there.
Looking over getting the play.
10 seconds left on the play clock. Fuller looks it over, waits for the snap. A little bit low, but able to handle it. Looking deep down the sideline. Into coverage, and a catch made and in for the end zone for the touchdown is Nakabian McCoy. Any flags anywhere, Coach?
Well, we had one around the 42-yard line, extracurricular activity, I believe. And I see one around the 11-yard line. That might have been interference or holding.
Well, Nelson Barnes has a mess to decipher here.
That's going to be offsetting penalties on the extracurricular activities. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know about the other one.
Kwame Cozell stating his case to the line judge on the near side. Nelson Barnes going to explain. Pass interference, Waco High, unsportsmanlike penalty against Waco High. Ouch.
Maybe we can take another look at that and see exactly what happened that time. I don't know whether McCoy pushed off or what. There's Nelson over explaining to Coach Hume.
Waco High, their first penalty that I can remember tonight.
The extracurricular activity, in my opinion, should have been offsetting
We have
penalty.
offensive pass interference on the offense. That penalty is declined. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 79 on the offense.
Okay, now if you decline the interference, then the play stands and you got a touchdown. I don't think that's what Coach Hume wants.
No, I think you got confused. Or Nelson Barnes got confused. I think you're going to change that.
Correction. Since there was a touchdown on the play, both penalties will be enforced.
Both
We have
penalties?
offensive pass interference on Waco. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. From that point, we have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, number 79 on Waco. That'll be 15 yards. That is number 79's first unsportsmanlike conduct. If he receives a second, he will be removed from the competition.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 35 because that's 25 yards and penalties. Well, the first time we've seen a flag against Waco High, it not only erases a potential tying touchdown, but sends them way back as they're going to have to mark this from the 44-yard line. They'll mark off 10 and then another 15 on top of that. It'll be all the way back at the Midway 26.
Well, that was huge right there. And I happened to see the extracurricular activity, and I thought both young men were fouled. The Midway guy grabbed the leg of the Waco High guy, and Waco High pushed him, and second guy got caught, I guess.
I think they marked off 2 15-yard penalties myself as opposed to a 10 and a 15. I think we're probably ought to be at the 31 myself, but I'm not necessarily a math wizard. But it's still 3rd down and a bunch for Waco High. Fake the handoff to Carpenter. Jordan Fuller keeps it, and Fuller will go out of bounds at the 31 after a pickup of 5. Bring up 4th and about 30.
You don't think he'll go for this, do you?
He's a bigger riverboat gambler than me if he does.
Oh, man, no, Chris Moscato. Remember the first 2 punts he's had tonight, he really outkicked his coverage, and Midway had good returns on both of them.
Javarius Hodges, the return man, a 5'10", 175-pound senior, has shown some nice return ability. You mentioned that Waco High had problems with kick returns last week against Ellison, or 2 weekends ago against Ellison. Skata gets this one off and will get it in front of the receiver over toward the sideline. Hodges will touch the football. It'll go out of bounds. We have a flag thrown as the ball goes out of bounds.
What could that have been?
I don't know if there was a block there by Midway that is, yeah, they're pointing against Midway. So it's going to go against the Panthers. They're going to get the ball with 7 minutes left to go in the first half, leading Waco High by a score of 7-0.
No. Well, on the return, blocked in the back, number 6 on the receiving team. Be a 10-yard penalty in response to the foul. First down, Midway.
That's another, I believe that is 5 penalties against Midway for 45 yards now here in the first half, and takes it all the way back to the 16-yard line in Midway territory. Again, 7 minutes left to go, second quarter. Nick Jimenez, the quarterback, fakes the handoff to Fuller, throws in the flat, and it's complete on the out pattern to DeGrate. DeGrate will have it up to the 22-yard line for a pickup of 6.
That was a nice route that time, just down and out. I couldn't tell that was DeGrate or Seeger. I
believe it was DeGrate, number 9. Fulbright has the ball. Hole opens up for him up the middle. Nice job of road grading there by the Midway offensive line, Josh Echeverria, with a little help from Daniel Castro. Daniel Castro. They get it up to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 1. Fulbright scrambles forward for the first down.
I think we'll see a big dose of Fulbright. You still have a lot of time left this second quarter. They like to keep that clock running and keep moving the chains.
Got a Waco Lion leaving the field with a helmet issue. That's sophomore Trent Freeman. Ball up at the 28-yard line. Midway's into the field after that 3-yard gain by Fuller. Back to pass. Complete to Fulbright out in the flat, and he'll have it across the 35. They'll mark him out at the 36-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play. Pretty good little receiver as well as a runner.
Yeah, I think that time Isabel from Waco High, that was probably his man to cover coming out of the backfield, but he did not do it.
Brings up a 2nd down and 2. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds with 6:01 to go in the half. 7-0 our score. Midway on top of Waco. Straight drop back. Looking deep, trying to wind up. Now he's just going to run with the football. Jimenez gets to the 40 and then sandwiched at the 42.
You take another look at Jimenez right there. Nobody open. He decides to run. And you see right here, he took a pretty good licking right there. No question about it from 2 Waco High youngsters. They still did not get their numbers, and I regret that because that was a good tackle.
6-yard carry for Jimenez on that one. His 10th carry of the night will give him 3 yards or 5 yards now on 9 carries. He's had several losses, plus has lost some yardage on fumbles. Again, straight back to pass up the middle of the field, and a nice diving catch by Deontay Thomas at the Waco High 41.
Like we said on the pregame, but Deontay Thomas is their go-to guy. Had 2 touchdown receptions against Killeen, and he's got good speed, got good head, but is this one coming back?
It's coming back for a penalty. Nelson Barnes will explain it. They say it was an incompletion. I guess it was an incompletion, Coach.
They might have got it on the short hop, reckon.
Might have. So it's 2nd down and 10 at the Midway 42. Looking to swing it out to Fuller. Fuller catches it with a head of steam and some blocking downfield. Has a first down and into Waco territory to the 45-yard line. Picked up 13 on that play.
That was a nice run that time, and it's a good play call. As they've been going downfield, they decided to run a little swing pass that time, and it worked very well for them.
Giving 14 to the 44 and another first down for Midway. 8th play of this drive. Hand off to Fulbright up the middle, and he's tripped up by Corey Ebron before he can get ahead of steam. Ebron brings him down after just a 1-yard gain.
Hope our committee's taking a close look at Ebron tonight. He's had a pretty good first half, hasn't he?
He has an excellent first half. Kind of half we expect to see Corey Ebron have every game. Just a pickup of 1 yard on the play for Fulbright. 2nd and 9 from the Waco 43.
Should bring up a passing situation. We'll see if Waco High is coming on the blitz this time or not.
2 receivers to each side. Jimenez looking to his left. Completes it to Thomas. And Thomas is brought down immediately on the far side by Waco High's Keith Guillory.
Nice tackle by Keith Guillory, and Waco High did not come on the blitz that time. You take a look at Guillory finally making the tackle. 3rd and about 2, I believe.
They picked up 6 on that. We'll say it's 3rd and 3 from the 37. Looking for the long pass downfield to Thomas, and Thomas unable to hold on to it.
And a bunch of flags.
I think Waco High jumped offside.
Offsides, defense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. The penalty results in a first down.
Waco High flag for just the 3rd time tonight. That was going to bring up a 4th down, so it gives Midway a first down at the 32. And keeps the drive alive. Nick Jimenez hands it off to James Fulbright. Excuse me, that's not Fulbright. Somebody else in the game. That's Daniel Hill running with the football, I believe. Well, that's 22, not 32, so let's give it to Chase Palmer. Chase Palmer with his first carry tonight. Palmer started the night with just 7 carries for 25 yards and no touchdowns. Got a couple of yards out of that one to bring up a 2nd down and 8. Straight drop back, setting up the screen, underthrows Deontay Thomas, who had to try to make a diving catch and lost his feet trying to get to it.
That was a good call that time because Waco High was coming on the blitz. It's just an errant pass, and according to the scoreboard unofficially, Midway still has 3 timeouts remaining. There's a little bit over 3 minutes left this first half.
Midway started this drive with 7 minutes to go in the half and have just basically played keep away here. 3rd and 8. Underthrown, trying once again to go to Thomas. Thomas is a little frustrated that the football didn't get to it. So 4th down and 8. Midway's picked up 4 first downs in this drive, which started back at their 16-yard line. I doubt they're punting it away here at the 31-yard line in Waco territory.
Not too far for a field goal, too close to punt it, so there you go. This is a huge, huge play.
It's the 13th play of this drive. Waco High defense looking for the stop. Back to pass, going for the end zone, has DeGreat, and he has it for the touchdown. 31 yards on the pitch and catch from Jimenez to DeGreat. Gives Midway a 13-0 lead for the point try to come from Bryce Bolin.
That was really a nice pass that time from Minutes. He threaded the needle to cradle it in for the touchdown.
Going to go for the 2-point conversion, and running it in is Chase Wetzel. Listed as a linebacker at 5'10", 175, but Wetzel goes in for the 2-point conversion. Thanks to this pass to DeGreat. Midway on the board for the second time.
That was a beautiful pass back there. Wasn't covering very good was Ratliff and also J.D. Reese, but DeGreat got behind him, and like I say, Jimenez too. A really, really good pass.
84 yards, 13 plays, 3 minutes and 59 seconds on that Midway drive to give them the 15-0 advantage with just 3:01 left to go in the first half.
And why do you think they went for 2, Lord? Just to work on it, or maybe had something to do with the tiebreaker down the line or something like that?
Just quite possibly they saw something in the Waco defense that they said, hey, let's try this.
Well, whatever it was, it worked. Waco High doesn't have a whole lot, about 3 minutes left to get some points on the board.
Has not been able to move the ball very well against the Midway defense to this point. Midway has run 41 plays for 195 yards. Waco High has run just 15 plays for a grand total of 9 yards. Once again, it's Dylan Benitez to do the punting or the kicking. Pops it up to the 17-yard line. Ratliff running back with it. Has a little interference out in front of him. We'll get it out to about the 29-yard line. About a 20-yard return for Ratliff there. Waco High will have it at their own 29-yard line. 71 yards away from making it a 1-touchdown game.
By the way, one of their running backs, James Taylor, came off the field under his own power, but he sure was limping.
Wide to the far side for Waco High is Xavier Williams, a sophomore. In the slot is Oliver Jones. Dwayne Howard in at quarterback now with Randy Carpenter in the backfield. Second time we've seen Howard in the game. And a whistle at the
delay
snap.
of game, offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
1st and 15 back at the Waco 24 now after the delay penalty.
I believe I'd go to McCoy again.
Howard back to pass. Runs out from under a rush and will get back the 5 yards as he steps out near the 29-yard line.
And he was helped out of bounds that time by Marcus Johnson, fine linebacker from Midway.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the 5-yard pickup. Stopped the clock at 2:46 when he went out of bounds. 2 receivers on each side, the right side of the field, the wide side, looking to the short side and gets it to McCoy. McCoy will have it at the 36-yard line for a gain of 7 on the play. It brings up 3rd down and 3.
There's another look at it. You see McCoy, who's had the long touchdown pass reception that was called back. Waco High needs to at least get a first down. So if not, Midway's going to have some time to get some more points on the board.
Howard changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Now takes the snap and will be flush from the pocket. Will be close to the first down, but he's going to be held just shy. He needed to get to the 39. They're going to put him at about the 38.5.
Take another look at it. Boy, he had an opportunity here now. Kwame didn't like the spot, but I don't think they're going to review it. They're going to go for this, I assume.
4th and 1.
Mic test. Hello,
from the
1, 2,
38.
1, 2.
Straight ahead running as Carpenter tries to bounce it outside, and that was a mistake. He needed to try to find something up the middle. He's going to lose 3 yards back to the 35-yard line, and the ball's going to go on downs to Midway with 1:40 left to go in the first half, and they're on top 15-0.
Well, they've got excellent field position with three timeouts left. They're in great shape to get some more points on the board. That I'd like to say, Randy Carpenter, north and south, straight ahead because he tried to cut it to the outside, and that's when he lost yardage.
Wami Cavell's showing not only some confidence in his offense to pick up the first down, but some confidence in his defense to hold Midway out of the end zone should they not get the first down. So we'll see if that Lion defense can dig in here. Midway would like nothing more than to put one more score on the board in this final 100 seconds of the half. Handed off to Fuller on the reverse. Coming with it is Nixon, and Nixon will be tackled as he gets across the 25, but a flag is thrown on the near side. We may see a clipping penalty here. That's something you might see on a reverse at times.
There's another look at it. Will Nixon got good speed. That young man, but I think this may be coming back. We'll have to find out what old Nelson tells us.
Flag was thrown by the line judge on the near side.
Huh.
We have substitution infraction, number 36 on the defense. That penalties decline. First down.
No, it's against Waco High. So give Nixon the gain down to the 24-yard line.
Waco High's having a hard time getting the right people on the field at the right time.
Well, where are we going to spot the ball?
They're going to talk about it. They're going to spot it at the 20?
I don't know if they're 25, 24. Frankly, I don't remember how far he got.
I'm not sure they do. That's why they're talking about it.
Well, they've already moved the first down sticks on the far side of the field, but they haven't moved it over on the near side. Marked it at the 24 on the far side. It's where they'd already marked it.
Remember, coming up halftime, you'll get to watch the Waco High Band and the Scarlet Line.
Well, have we figured out where to put the football yet? Now Nelson Barnes is going to go over and talk to head coach Jeff Hume. So he wants to know where they're going to put the football.
I think everybody wants to know where they're going to put the football, don't you? Huh?
Yes, sir. It's kind of like looking for a golf ball in the rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think you know where it is, but you just can't find it.
That's right. Only thing you find snakes every now and then.
Or somebody else's golf ball.
Yeah. If
So
it's white, it's mine.
You just
I claim it. If it's white, yeah, that's mine.
You're not playing the yellow balls?
No.
All right, now what are we going to do? We're going to replay the down?
I don't know.
Marking off something. All right, they're going to put it down at the 27. So that would be an 8-yard gain for Nixon and bring up a second down and 2. I write this stuff down. That's the only way I can remember. So back to play we go. Jimenez looking to throw. Looking deep across the middle. Has his man Thomas, and Thomas is brought down immediately inside the 10-yard line. Good job by Ratliff to be right there on top, but it's a first down for Midway, and they're at point-blank range at the Waco 8-yard line. Pickup of 19 on that pass.
I'm really impressed with Deontay Thomas. He runs some good routes, and the minute he throws the ball, he's thrown it a couple of times really, really well tonight.
Clock rolling with 1:05 to go. Jimenez again looking across the middle, has an open man. It's good for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play as DeGreat hauls that one in for the 6. But let's see the meaning of the flag.
I think it's interference against Midway. If it is, Coach Sheen will come out on the field.
You think?
Offensive pass interference, number 9 on the offense.
No wonder he was so
15-yard
wide
penalty, remain first down.
Yeah, Coach Hume out by the numbers, wants to know what the deal is there. So offensive pass interference will make it first and goal at the Waco 18.
I see James Taylor, one of the running backs, being helped off the field. He's probably going up to the dressing room. It does not look good.
Sixth penalty against against Midway for 55 yards in the first half. 61 seconds left to go. Midway with a 15-0 lead, looking to add more before intermission. Under a rush, Jimenez is flushed from the pocket and will throw it away. Sends it into the xylophones on the far side. Wonder what kind of sound a xylophone makes when it's hit by a football.
You know what? That's a good question.
I wonder if you can call that music.
Once again, Waco High coming on the blitz that time and forced the minutes to just throw it away. They still have 3 timeouts left, they being Midway.
Minutes has now thrown the ball 19 times. Has completed 11 for 137 yards. It's more passing than I thought we'd see from him tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Second and goal. Straight drop back into the flat on the wide receiver screen and headed to the end zone with the football, I believe, is DeGreat. It is DeGreat with the catch and the touchdown.
They caught Waco High to blitz that time. Had a wide open spot out in the flat. DeGreat takes it in and goes in for the touch.
Point after attempt is good. So with 46 seconds left to go and our first half, Midway has increased its lead to 22-0 over Waco High thanks to that catch by DeGreat.
I think I believe that was Seeger, number 8.
Was it 6 instead of?
I believe it's number 8.
8 instead of 9? All right, let's give it to Grant Seeger then. When those jerseys get folded over, it's hard to tell the difference between 8 and 9. We'll give it to Seeger then.
Well, what was a close football game most of the first quarter, all of a sudden turned in a 22-point lead for the Panthers, and not much time left. Waco High is out of timeouts. They've had to burn several timeouts because of not the right number of people on the field.
Midway takes advantage of Waco High turning the ball over on downs at the Waco High 35-yard line. Midway goes that 35 yards in 4 plays and only took 54 seconds. So what was a pretty close ball game until the final 3 minutes of this first half, is all of a sudden looks like a runaway for Midway at 22-0.
Waco High just not been able to generate any offense. Nothing consistent about it. Well, let's see if they can do anything in the return game, if Midway will give them a chance to return it. Coming down to the 15-yard line, McCoy gets away from a couple of would-be tacklers, takes it up the far sideline and bumped out of bounds unceremoniously at the 32, and now we have a little bit of a scrum on the other side, but it's more just people pushing and shoving each other, and no big deal. It's kind of riles up the Midway fans on the far side. That was a good hit, and I'm sure Waco High thought it might have been a late hit, but I think it was clean.
I do too.
It was a good one, though, I'll tell you that. If you're Waco High, you just run out the clock here. You don't take a chance having another turnover, do you?
Try not to. Kwame Cavill talking to Nelson Barnes as they sends his offense out on the field. Facing a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line with just 39 seconds left to go. Jordan Fuller, the quarterback, hands it off to Randy Carpenter. Carpenter breaks it around the right side, and tackled by the shoestrings at the 37-yard line, a gain of 2 for Carpenter.
Timeout, Midway. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
Waco High senselessly used 2 of their timeouts in the first quarter and just has 1 left. Midway seems to think they can get the football one more time maybe by calling that timeout, I'm guessing.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know whether Waco High's going to try to. Farmer's still talking to the official down there, but that guy's fired up tonight, isn't he?
Ready to go.
Got that flex cam going on tonight. All the Waco High folks doing the flex cam.
A couple of boats there.
Yeah.
Waco High offense back on the field. In the slot on the near side is Jerome Ratliff, a junior. And send Oliver Jones in motion. Bit of a problem on the snap in the exchange between Fuller and Carpenter will end up with the ball back at the 32-yard line for a 5-yard loss, and Midway calls another timeout.
That play took
Timeout, Midway. That's their second charge timeout of the half.
5 seconds. If they can do that again, they'll get the ball back. And we'll keep an eye and try to get a report at halftime on James Taylor, the running back from Waco High that was taken to the dressing room about 3 minutes ago, and he did not look good from here.
I remember he only got in for one play, wasn't it, Coach?
Right.
5-yard loss by Carpenter. Now has him with just 13 yards on 10 carries. Waco High's offense so far in the first half, just 18 yards on 22 plays. Midway defense has done the job stifling the Waco Lion offense.
No question about it. Waco High just been very inept, and they hadn't been able to get Randy Carpenter, their best running back, on track. That young lady's just cute as a speckled puppy. She's having a good time at Waco ISD Stadium.
Xavier Williams, the wide out to the right side at the top of your screen. Handoff, though, goes to Carpenter. Carpenter with a nice cutback move. Will get it up across the 45-yard line and has the first down to the 47, a pickup of 15 on the play for Randy Carpenter.
Well, the clock will stop. They set the chain. And after this next play, if I'm Waco High, I call timeout. At least go for the home run.
Jordan Fuller hands it off to Carpenter. Carpenter looking for that cutback lane. It's not there, and will go out of bounds with it. At the 46-yard line, he'll lose a yard.
Midway was calling timeouts, hoping they'd get the ball back.
So 2nd and 11 at the 46. 8 seconds on the clock. Time for one more play. See if they just hand it to Carpenter to get what he can, or go for the Hail Mary.
If they do, they'll probably go to McCoy, I would imagine.
He's at the bottom of your screen, number 4. Fuller looks for McCoy on the short pass, but he's covered up. Gets it in the Midway territory to the Midway 46-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play. But that's going to be the final play of our first half. So our score after the first half of play is Midway 22 and Waco High nothing. Stay tuned. We'll have our halftime show for you in just a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
Hi, my name is Haley Wise, and I'm standing next to Mr. Love, the Waco High School principal. So, Mr. Love, how has this football program developed over the course of the years that you have been principal?
As principal, being a former coach for Waco High School, it's been a little bit challenging from time to time because I'm used to that Friday night fever and I want to be involved. But right now, what we have right now, we have a new coach who played for us. We have a young football team, and this is the beginning of something very special.
Okay, so you just mentioned a new coach, Coach Kwame Cavill. How has his year gone so far, and how has his football program developed?
Well, I see a disciplined football team. He got the job late, so I'm sure there are a lot of things that they want to do offensively and defensively that they hadn't been able to put in because it takes time. But I see a disciplined football team, not only on the field, but also see them in the hallway, and I'm very proud of that.
So, Mr. Love, we know that you have coached, you have been a principal. So what does Lion Pride mean to you?
Lion Pride, oh man, that's a tough one. That's hard to explain. I think it's just a deep down feeling that you do whatever it takes for the team and for the school, for your teammates. Never, ever giving up. from the beginning to the end.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Love.
You're welcome.
This year, the goaltenders are celebrating 40 years of being world class and have many awards to show for it. Goaltenders are under the direction of Lori Wadsworth and Carrie Young. Officers for the goaltenders are Captain Taylor Vossick, First Lieutenant Abby Jacobson, Lieutenants Emma Kate Graham, Mary Claire Gunn, Emma Myers, and Corbin Woodard. Goaltender of the week is freshman Lizabelle Wadsworth. Spirit Girl of the week is junior Mackenzie Cherry. The goaltenders will now perform an outstanding palm routine to the classic Chuck Berry hit, Johnny Be Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Midway High School is proud to present the 2018 Midway Panther Band. The band will be presenting their UIL competition show entitled So Much Depends Upon, featuring music from Fanfare of the Common Man and Troika from Lieutenant Kiji Sweet. The band is under the field direction of senior drum majors Amaya De Leon and Preston Bowman, and junior drum majors Catherine Christian and Courtney Witt. Ladies and gentlemen, the Midway Panther Band.
Waco High School is proud to present the Scarlet Line Drill Team under the direction of Wanda Johnson and LaShonda Gaines. Scarlet Line officers are Captain J.J. Aguilar, Co-Captain Cale Harris, First Lieutenants Hannah Gill and India Powell, Second Lieutenants Jasmine Jordan and Helena Evans. Social Officer is Christy Anna Hernandez. The Scarlet Line Dancer of the Week is Queen Lang. The Scarlet Line will be performing a dynamic routine to the smash hit, Super Bass. Waco High School proudly presents the 2018 Lion Pride Marching Band. The 2018 Waco High Lion Pride Band is under the direction of Scott Stuhler, Tyler Sage, and Michelle Nelson. Percussion is instructed by David Johnson and Adrian Rodriguez. The color guard is instructed by Ron Espinoza. Visual instructors are Alex Wynn, Matt Block, Austin Holder, Abby Roque, and Lauren Huff. Student drum majors are Andrew Ramirez and Charlie Henry. The outstanding band members of the week are Tracy Turner, Sarah Victoria, and Darius McLinn. Tonight, the band will be performing this season's competition show entitled The Labyrinth, featuring Giuseppe Verdi's Requiem, Radiohead's Creep, Pachelbel's Canon in D, and Beethoven's Ode to Joy, arranged by Ted Riker and Scott Stewart. Drum majors Andrew Ramirez and Charlie Henry. Is your band ready? Lion Pride Band, you may take the field in performance.
support will be into all of our volunteers volunteers for a tremendous. Let's go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hope you enjoyed the halftime activities of the Waco High Band as we are about to get the third quarter underway. Midway with a 22-0 lead over the Lions at the intermission. The Panthers have just now come back onto the field, joined by the Waco Lions. Our halftime stats pretty much in favor of the Midway Panthers as they have 13 first downs to just 2 for the Waco Lions. Midway has run 45 offensive plays for 240 yards, while Waco High has run the ball 25 times for just 40 yards. 25 rushing plays for Midway for 85 yards, just 19 rushing plays for Waco High for only 25 yards. Panthers are 12 of 20 passing for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Waco High 2 of 6 passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Out of that 12 receptions, Midway has 155 yards through the air, Waco just 15. Each team has turned the ball over twice, Midway on fumbles, Waco High on a 1 fumble and 1 interception. Panthers have been penalized 6 times for 60 yards, Waco High just 4 times for 35 yards. Midway owns the clock as well. 14 minutes and 28 seconds they've had the ball in the first half, while Waco High had it for 9 minutes and 32 seconds. Leading rusher in the game, as we suspected from the beginning, James Fulbright of Midway has 69 yards on 13 carries. Waco High is led by Randy Carpenter with 27 yards on 12 carries. Leading pass catcher, Deontay Thomas has caught the ball 4 times for 49 yards. Nakabian McCoy has 2 catches for 15 yards for Waco High. And Coach, this was pretty much fleshing out exactly like we thought. It was either James Fulbright or Randy Carpenter who was going to have the better night.
So far it's been Fulbright, no question about it. And I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Jimenez throwing the football tonight. He's had some bad throws, but he's had a couple of really good throws too. So because it goes, you got the great back there and you got Thomas. That's 2 good receivers.
Ken Jimenez is 12 of 20 passing for 155 yards in the first half. Waco High will get the football first here in our second half of play, as they will send McCoy deep along with Ratliff. It's going to come to McCoy at the 20-yard line. He'll bring it to the center of field, looking for the center return. Had some blocking there, but will jump back to about the 21-yard line, where he is brought down there by Midway's Jeremy Powell.
You see right there McCoy, and just could not get tracked. He tried to go the outside and did not happen. We'll see now if Waco High made any adjustments at halftime. Their offense was very lethargic in the first half.
Less than 50 yards of total offense for Waco High in the first half. This Midway defense has been pretty rough on them. Quarterback Jordan Fuller got Randy Carpenter in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Carpenter going around the right side. Carpenter has a crease and has the sideline. It's a foot race, and he will be forced out of bounds by Travius Hodges in Midway territory. About time Carpenter had some running room.
That was by far his biggest gain there. There's another look at Randy. Cuts to the outside. Finally forced out of bounds by Hodges. Right there. There he goes.
33 yards for Carpenter, and picks up just the 3rd first down of the night for the Waco High offense. Has it in Midway territory at the 45. McCoy, one of the receivers to the near side, along with the Marion Lions. Fuller looking to pass. Will throw. Across the middle, going for McCoy, and it's a little bit out of his reach. McCoy defended there by Chris Shamir.
That time you saw Fuller do a little pump fake and try to hit McCoy going long, similar to what they had on the touchdown that was called back, but did not happen.
Actually, that was Zacharias Murphy with the defense for Midway. Jerome Ratliff in the slot on the near side for Waco High, facing 2nd down and 10. Carpenter goes straight up the middle. Only a couple of yards, as they'll get it up to the 43-yard line.
Marcus Johnson, a young man getting up off the bottom of the pile for Midway. He's a fine linebacker.
Bring up a 3rd down and 8. One receiver to the far side for Waco. Low snap. Fuller will pass it complete to Oliver Jones, and Jones is wrapped up before he gets to the 1st down marker. Excuse me, that's not Jones. That's number 18, Xavier Williams, with the catch.
Brought down by Xavier Abelos. Xavier brought down Xavier.
Going to be shy of the 1st down by 2 yards after that 6-yard pickup. Brings up 4th down and 2. Waco High will bring the punting team out.
Once again, they're putting a lot of faith in defense if they in fact punt this football.
They're in the game that went for 4th at the 32-yard line, didn't make it, gave Midway a short field.
Delay game, offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Just the 5th penalty against Waco High, but I believe that one was meant to be taken to give the punter a little bit more room.
I do too, and I thought they might fake that, but now I don't think they will with 4th and long.
Takes it back to the 42-yard line.
Remember, he kicked it away from the returner last time, because they've had little success against that punt return tonight.
Travius Hodges, the return man. End-over-end kick, going to take a Waco High bounce. Hodges picks it up inside the 10, looking for some blocking along the sideline, and he's got the sideline, and Moore finally steps out somewhere near midfield. Actually, they're going to mark him on the Waco side of the field, mark him out at the 47-yard line. Nice return by Hodges there as Midway gets the ball for the first time in the second half with 9:52 left to go in the quarters. Waco High held it for 2:08.
You can see right there that was a takedown, but they had a missed tackle right when Hodges caught the football, and he just came right up the right sideline and made some good yardage.
Hodges just absolutely fearless in the return game.
Yeah, he's going to pick it up, I'll tell you that.
Midway starts their first drive of the second half in enemy territory. DeGreat comes to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Fulbright, the running back in the backfield, takes the handoff, hands it off on a flea flicker play down the middle of the field. Deontay Thomas has the ball and has the touchdown. 47 yards on the flea flicker that goes for 6.
Well, I thought they might save that play for homecoming. Maybe they've already had homecoming, but that was a flea flicker, and it worked to perfection. Jimenez threw the ball and wide open.
The extra point attempt from Bryce Boland out of the hold to Chase Wetzel is good. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left to go third quarter, and Midway has extended its lead to 29-0, scoring on their first play of the second half. A little bit of trickeration on this reverse pass.
There you see it. You see a minute throwing the ball, and you can see DeGreat right there wide open. That's why he's one of the leading receivers on this football team. Good speed, good head, good move.
Just took him 11 seconds to go 47 yards in one play.
They've had some good success throwing the ball deep tonight, haven't they?
Certainly have. It's the 3rd touchdown pass for Jimenez tonight to run his season total to 7.
Well, the last 2 times they kicked off, they kicked the ball to McCoy, so we'll see if they do it again. Last time he lost a little ground. Maybe this time he'll change up his return pattern.
Ball falls off the tee, so Benitez will set it back up again. Kind of has it a precarious angle. Once again, looking to the far side to maybe get it to Nakevian McCoy. Heads for the sideline. McCoy will let it go out of bounds. Waco High will get decent field position out of this.
Get the ball at the 30-yard line, so we'll see what happens. You know, Randy Carpenter had a
Free
good
kick
run.
out of bounds. Option is exercised. Take the ball 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Waco.
Waco High needs to get their offense going behind their center, George Ramirez. The guards are Juan Rivera and Jordan Becerra. Tackles Armand Newton and Jordan Banda. They need to make a little bit more room for Randy Carpenter and company. The tight end is Oliver Jones. Carpenter has the football. Finds a little cutback lane and then is brought down with a clothesline tackle. And that'll bring a penalty, and Waco High will get a first down out of that.
Personal foul, face mask,
yep.
number 91 on the defense. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now Carson Bird tackled him up around the helmet, brought him down. So after Carpenter picked up about a yard, they'll march off another 15 for the personal foul.
Now Carpenter's coming out of the game. Remember, his backup is not even on the field right now. That's James Taylor. So now they're going with someone else. I believe that. Who is 21? Sammy Johnson.
Sammy Johnson. He started the year at the running back spot, but kind of been in Kwame Cavill's doghouse as of late. See if he can get out of it here in the latter part of this game. Have a mix-up on the snap, and Midway's going to come up with the football between the 50 and 45-yard line. Looked like Howard was about to walk up to the line of scrimmage and change the play, but the ball was centered to him by George Ramirez, and it ricocheted off to him in the Midway territory, and the Panthers fall on it.
That was discombobulated from the get-go.
So Midway gets it back with 9 minutes and 11 seconds. As Waco kept it for just 30 seconds. Waco High is basically shooting themselves in the foot here in the early go of the third quarter.
Imagine that Waco High defense getting a little tired. They've been out there all night.
Midway once again starting off in Waco High territory, this time at the 48. See if they go for the juggler again. Jimenez will hand it off to Fulbright. Fulbright has a convoy to follow behind and gets it inside the 35-yard line down to the 33. Pick up a 15 on the play. You can pick up 15 when you got a convoy like that, just mowing people down in front of you.
Finally brought down the Quavian Mathis that time for Waco High.
Picked up the first down. Menez gets out from under the rush, throws into a crowd, and Waco High will pick it off at the 10-yard line. Going up and coming down with the football is J.D. Reese. Second interception, I believe, no, first interception thrown tonight by the Midway quarterback, Nick Jimenez.
Good coverage there. J.D. Reese's coverage, also Rodney Radiff back in coverage. They had him covered. Jimenez undershot it just a little bit.
Midway had it for just, looked like 18 seconds. Gives it right back to Waco High on the interception at the Waco 10-yard line. Jordan Fuller back in at quarterback. That is not Carpenter or Johnson in the backfield with Jordan Fuller. A bad snap. They'll fall on the football inside the 5-yard line. I believe Jordan Fuller got back on top of it. Running back in the backfield with him is Jaden Ridge, a junior running back. Jordan's going to lose back to the 4-yard line, a loss of 6 on the play.
Kwame wants a timeout. They got to get something. They're just discombobulated. They can't get
Timeout, Waco. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
Well, this may be the first wisely used timeout for Waco High tonight. As Kwame Cavill wants to settle his offense down and get them back focused on what they talked about in the locker room at halftime.
Give us a chance right here to acknowledge our crew tonight. Ricky Malza on instant replay, LJ on camera, Leslie Galdi on camera, Jesse Maldonado on camera, Justin Sanchez directing tonight. Jesse Mateo is the producer. David Ellis audio. Tyron McSpadden is on camera, and Leslie Powers is also with us tonight. And how about Haley Wise? You see her tonight?
Yes, sir. She's down on the sideline doing our sideline reporting. And don't forget Steve Tankersley up here taking care of our statistics. Thank you, Steve. Waco High in their own end zone. Jordan Fuller asks for the football, hands it off to Jaden Ridge, and Ridge will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain for Ridge. Brings up 3rd and 16 at the Waco 4.
Waco High in a tough situation here. You know, if you're going to have to give the ball up and down here, you know Midway's going to get really good field position.
Ridge, number 33, still in the backfield with Jordan Fuller. Midway showing blitz. The snap gets to Fuller. Fuller just throws it up for grabs. And good job by Waco High's Xavier Williams to make sure a Midway Panther can't come up with it.
You take a look at it right there. If they got a different center there, because that's like 3 bad snaps.
Whatever it is, Waco High is going to end up punting the football after taking over at their 10 on an interception, but losing back to the 4. Chris Escada kicking out of his own end zone, and ever dangerous Travius Hodges waiting at the 41. High snap, but Xavier brings it down. Hodges takes it in at the 40, fumbles it, picks it back up, looks for blocks, sets up a good block, but we'll get it up to about the 31-yard line before the red anthill finally corrals him and brings him down. He's a fighter, by golly.
Yeah, he certainly is. Cavian Mathis, the man that made the tackle under the a lot of pressure that time on the Escada. He barely got that punt off.
Midway once again will have great field position here in the 3rd quarter, taking over at the Waco 33-yard line. They've had it 3 times now in the quarter, starting at the Waco 47, the Waco 48, and now the Waco 33. Jimenez, that's not Jimenez in at quarterback. The handoff goes to Fuller. Fuller straight ahead running between the hash marks, carries Waco Lions down inside the 10-yard line. New quarterback in the game for Midway. Show a number 10, but I don't have a number 10 on the, make that Jared Moore. So Jared Moore in at quarterback. Fuller got it down to the 9. Now the pass out in the flat to Nixon, and Nixon is hammered as soon as he tries to make a play. J.D. Reese there to knock him down. Reese is having a nice game on defense here in the second half.
He certainly has had a good game so far. I assume that Jared Moore has changed his number. He was 12, wasn't he? That's what I had.
That's a possibility. Fumble at the snap. Moore picks it up, and we'll get it down to the 8-yard line for a 2-yard gain.
I imagine we've seen probably a total of 6 bad snaps tonight so far. And the night's not over.
So it's 3rd and goal, and we have a Waco High Lion down with an injury. Midway pretty much had it their way in the first half, leading at halftime 22-0, and scored on their very first play of the 3rd quarter on a flea flicker pass from Nick Jimenez to Deontay Thomas for 47 yards to lead 29-0 here midway through the third quarter. Kwame Cavill and the Waco High training staff. It's Emily Kuhn and Justin Efford out to look in on the injured player. Appears to be Raymond O'Neal, sophomore defensive back, that's being guided to the sideline. Third down and goal from the 8-yard line for Midway. Entering defensively for Waco High is R.J. Alexander, a sophomore safety. Moore at quarterback, back to pass, looks across the middle and completes it for the touchdown. The Great with the touchdown catch of 8 yards.
Once again, they make it look very easy, and they've pretty much had their way against this Waco High secondary tonight.
You give it ball at point blank range, and they'll get it into the end zone. Here's Bolin for the point after. It's good. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Midway extends its lead out to 36-0.
There's one more look at the touchdown. If you're Kwame Cavill, what do you tell your team? Just keep on keeping on, I guess. Because
first thing they got to do is hold on to the football.
Yeah, they got to get a snap. You can't run a play if you don't have a snap, I'll tell you that for sure.
Midway goes 33 yards in 4 plays. Took 1 minute and 21 seconds for the drive to go ahead 36-0 on the 8-yard pass to DeGreat.
Well, I assume now once again they'll kick it off again to McCoy, who's been very busy tonight.
Well, they also put Randy Carpenter in as the return man on the near side. Senior kicker Dylan Benitez on the near hash mark, getting ready to kick it away. Kicks it once again toward McCoy. McCoy has it at the 17. We'll get it up near the 30-yard line.
All right, Waco High offense will once again try to get some type of continuity going. There's a good look at McCoy, and like I say, I think they kicked just about every kickoff to him tonight.
Mark it at the 30 is where Waco High will start, 70 yards away. I can't remember the last time they've been within 30 yards of the end zone. Johnson in at the running back. With Jordan Fuller as the quarterback. Hand it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to break it around the right side and is upended when he gets to the 32-yard line. Starting to see some new numbers on the field for the Midway defense is Xavier Avalos with the tackle there.
I'm sure Coach Shim feels pretty comfortable with his 36-point lead right now. Give a chance to play some of these guys that are usually cannon fodder during the week.
Johnson got 3 yards on the run. Johnson again with the football, looking for a cutback lane, finds a hole and runs downhill out to the 44-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds, but does pick up the first down.
Another look at Sammy Johnson right there coming in. And you know what? He's started the first game of the season, and for whatever reason he hadn't played that much, but he's come in now and doing a good job.
Got 12 yards to the 45. Brings up a first down and 10. Johnson has a big hole over the right side and has it in the Midway territory and fights his way down to the 46. A pickup of about 9 on the play.
There's another look at it. You see that's a nice tackle there by Hodges from Midway.
See Luke Horner in the game for Midway. along with Willie Rowe on the defensive front line. Also in there is Henry Lamb. Fuller on the keeper with a nice spin move. Will take it back inside to the 42-yard line and pick up 4. Picks up another first down.
Don't see Fuller run the football that often.
I'm not so sure this isn't the first drive tonight that the Waco Lions have had 2 first downs in the same drive. Turning to the backfield is Jaden Ridge, and he has the handoff and some good blocking over the left side and comes down at the 39-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play for Ridge.
The clock continues to roll as we're under 4 minutes left in this third quarter.
Sean Horn has checked into that defensive line for Midway as they show a 4-man front here, believing Waco High will stay on the ground. Fuller gives it off to Ridge. Ridge tries to bounce it around the left side. Got a decent block from Herman Newton to get it up to the 38. Gain of just 1 on the play for Ridge. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. 7th play of the drive for Waco High. Clock continues to roll with 3:25 left in the third quarter. Midway on top 36-0.
This could be a passing down, but I don't. They want to keep that clock moving. They're going to try to keep it on the ground, I would think. Maybe not.
Looking to pass. Has McCoy open. Hits him, and McCoy is able to stay in bounds for the touchdown. Or do they mark him out at the 1? Looks like they marked him out at the 1-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, no flags on the play, so that's the second time tonight McCoy's caught a long pass.
37 yards on that pass from Jordan Fuller to McCoy, and gives Waco a 1st and goal at the Midway 1.
You had a good look at it there, and if he was out of bounds, he was barely out, let's put it that way.
Randy Carpenter back in the game at the running back spot. Carpenter takes the handoff, tries to go inside, and is stopped by the Midway defense.
Offsides, I believe, against Midway.
Well, that's a half-yard penalty.
Offsides, number 23 on the defense, lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance of the goal, replay 1st down.
And that's 1st and a half yard.
So Carpenter comes out and Ridge goes back in at the running back position.
See if the wide body Ridge can get into the end zone. He is able to walk in. Nice hole over the left side as Jordan Becerra got a good block and freed him into the end zone. Waco High's on the board for the first time tonight.
That's a nice fake by Fuller that time. Faked the ball to Ridge. They jumped on Ridge. Fuller kept it and walked in for the touchdown.
Chris Escada on for the extra point. And it's good. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Waco High makes it a 36-7 game with their first touchdown of the night.
That was by far the best drive. There's another look at. No, I'm mistaken. It was a fake. Yeah, everybody thought 33 had it.
Jordan Fuller got in there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll give it to Jordan Fuller.
Even the cameraman thought Ridge had it.
So Fuller gets the 1-yard touchdown run. Took him 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go 70 yards in 9 plays. Score against Midway's second-team defense.
The farm is visiting with the back judge, Mike Till, about something. I don't know what it would be.
Still waiting for Waco High's kick team to get on the field. I'm looking for number 1. He's on the 15, 16-yard line on the far side of the field. So
I wouldn't kick it to him, would
no,
you?
sir. No, sir. I'll keep it away from him.
Very little wind tonight, but it is in favor of Midway in this third quarter. But Mosquito's got a good leg on him.
Eli Garvin waits in the middle. And the Greats on the near side. Mosquito has it on the south 40. And will squib it. And the Great gets it back at about the 8-yard line. Bounces it down the near sideline, has some running room, and finally is sent out of bounds. At the 48-yard line in Midway territory.
They've had good success tonight on kick returns, coming to the Waco High side and right there on the sideline. Right there, that shouldn't have got he shouldn't have got that many yards off of that play, but he did.
Let's see if once again they go to Jared Moore at quarterback. Actually, it's going to be Nick Jimenez back in the ball game. Jimenez at quarterback with Fuller at the back there with him, and the snap gets by him and goes all the way back to about the 35-yard line. Midway has a bad snap.
I believe that may be about the 6th bad snap we've seen so far tonight for both teams combined.
Lose 13 on that bad snap. Brings up 2nd down and 23.
We have not seen James Fulbright carry the football very much this second half, but I bet we see him pretty quick.
16 carries for 91 yards tonight and a touchdown for James Fulbright. Not on this down. They're going long across the middle, complete to Garvin, and Garvin will have the first down and have it in Waco territory at the Waco 39.
Now look at the minutes right there. He had plenty of time that time. You see Garvin wide open.
Picked up 26 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Waco 39. We go to Fuller on the wheel route. Fuller has it up to the 36-yard line, where he's finally brought down by R.J. Alexander.
I tell you, Jimenez either throws the ball real good or real bad, but Waco High has not blitzed on this whole drive from Midway.
Fulbright has the handoff, right straight up the middle he goes, and has another first down for Midway down to the 23-yard line. A pickup of 13 on that one for James Fulbright.
That puts him over the 100-yard rushing mark.
It will.
Another look at James Fulbright. He's a strong young man. Now, is that Vernon Fulbright's son? Do you remember Vernon Fulbright?
Yes, sir, but I cannot tell you that answer.
I'm thinking it may be, but I don't know that for a fact.
17 carries, 104 yards for Fulbright. Swing pass out into the flat. Caught a little bit awkwardly there by Chase Palmer as he's not able to keep his feet after he makes the catch.
Oh, Chase could have kept his feet. He'd have picked up probably another 8 or 10 yards at least.
Well, they say it's no gain on the play. It stays at the 23 of Waco High, 2nd down and 10.
The play clock and the game clock are pretty much about the same. You don't see it very often.
Well, it looks like Midway's going to go ahead and run a play here before the clock runs out. And is looking to pass. Double move by Palmer will have him open and into the end zone for the touchdown. 23-yard pass from Jimenez to Palmer. Makes it 42-7 Midway with a try for point to come with just 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
You see across the way some of the Midway fans waving that flag. And Waco High certainly got to shore up their pass defense before their next game. There's no question about it.
Bryce Boland Puts the toe in it and puts it through the uprights. 2 seconds left in the third quarter, and Midway jumps out to a 43-7 lead over the Waco Lions with a 6-play, 52-yard drive capped by that pass to Palmer.
I know you cannot blitz every time, but Waco High's had a lot of success blitzing tonight, sacking the minutes, but that last drive, they gave him time. He threaded the needle.
Used 2 minutes and 13 seconds of the third quarter clock to score for the second time here in the second half. So now that's their third time here in the second half, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, McCoy might as well get ready, I guess. He's not gonna be back there this time, is he? He's on the other side.
Yeah, they moved him over and put Randy Carpenter on the other side.
Now it'll be interesting to see who they kick it to now.
Yeah, Benitez giving it a look over to see exactly where he's going to kick the football. Certainly looking toward Carpenter, where he's kicked the ball all night, about the 10-yard line. Does go that way, but it's a bit short and taken at the 23-yard line by one of the up men. A good job of escaping from that and getting it up across the 35-yard line. I believe that was J.D. Reese on the return, was it not, Coach?
Yeah, it was J.D. Reese. He did a good job of just breaking that tackle right there, getting Waco High decent field position. So if that's the end of the quarter, too.
Certainly is. That's our final play of the third quarter. After leading at halftime, Midway has added to their lead in the third quarter with 3 touchdowns. Led 22-0 at half, now 43-7. As we go to the final 12 minutes of the game, through 3 quarters, Waco High has run 44 plays for 171 yards, while Midway has run 58 plays for 370 yards. James Fulbright, 104 yards on 17 carries. Nick Jimenez is 17 of 26 for 253 yards. So here we go with the fourth quarter. Waco High with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 33. Fuller hands off to Johnson. Johnson can go nowhere. Midway Panther was right there in the middle of the backfield about the time he was ready to turn up field. That was Willie Jackson who got there.
We're seeing quite a bit tonight of Sammy Johnson at the running back position, especially this second half.
2nd down 11 after a 1-yard loss on the play. Fuller looking to this side. He's got 2 receivers on the near side, throws it into the flat, and it is complete to Jerome Ratliff. And Ratliff gets it up to the 43-yard line.
Think he might be Ken Rodney?
Could be.
Well, just because they got the last name, you're not Ken Ever Smith, there is, are you?
Not that I know. Could be. 5-yard pickup on the pass play. 3rd and 6. Getting nowhere there.
That play just did not look right from the get-go.
Johnson snowed under before he could get going and dropped back to the 40-yard line for a 3-yard loss. Brings up 4th and 9. And Waco sends the punt team on the field.
Send old Chris in there and tell him to kick away. And
you think Hodges would be tired by now?
I tell you what, I would not kick the football to him. He's a dangerous young man back there. He really is.
Roll it on the turf somewhere near your own sideline. Good snap back to Escada, but he kicks it straight up in the air and out of bounds in front of the Waco bench.
I told you kick it away from him.
They did. At the 42-yard line is where it goes out of bounds, and Midway will have the ball with 10 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the game, and a 43-7 lead.
That's very uncharacteristic of Escato. He's usually a pretty good punter. He just shanked that one a little bit, and after playing a little golf every day, I know what shank does to you.
Sure, golf day game Saturdays or Sundays?
Sundays.
Sundays.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting. We had my golf teams on Fridays.
You travel a lot to play golf.
I do. Try my best to. Pass in the flat. James Fulbright gets loose and just will not go down as he takes it inside the 35-yard in Waco territory. And Jimenez got it to him in the flat, and Fulbright just does his work.
Look at that spin move, folks. That's something you cannot coach. That just comes natural. What a good move by Fulbright.
All the way down to the 33-yard line in Waco territory.
They got 4 receivers out there now, don't they?
Well, 23-yard pickup on that. Pass once again out in the flat. This time to a big tight end looking guy. That's Hunter Hutera, a senior wideout who makes the catch. That may be his first catch of the year.
By looking at the sidelines, I think it might have been. They're pretty fired up.
Takes it down to the 29 for a gain of 4. It's second down and 6. Looks like Midway
timeout.
Going to call a timeout.
Midway. There's their first charge timeout of the half.
Remember, following the game, we'll be visiting with the defensive player of the game and the offensive player of the game and Coach Kwame Cavell. So,
what did your committee do during our off week last week?
A couple of them just went to see high school games, just at random, you know. I think a couple of them probably just stayed home and watched TV or something. I don't know.
They come in all the way from Cranfield's Gap.
Yeah.
All of them are Cranfield's Gap?
No, they're from different parts of the county and the area.
I think Cranfield's Gap used to have a great 6-man team, but I think they are down in numbers of male students.
Oh,
they've had a couple of years there where they've had to just basically forfeit the football season because of an injury that didn't have them enough players to be able to play the game.
You remember 8-man football?
Very short time.
There was 8-man football. It sure was.
Back to play we go. Midway facing a 2nd and 6 at the Waco 29. Low snap picked up by the new quarterback, Grant Seeger, in at quarterback. Seeger loses his helmet, but also picks up a first down. Midway reserves having a little fun now as the ball gets to the 17-yard line for a 12-yard pickup for Seeger.
You know that Waco High defense got to be tired, I would think.
They've been on the field a lot. Another quarterback into the game, hands it off to a new running back in the game. That's Chase Palmer again with the football.
We have illegal motion, number 10 on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Another 5-yard penalty would make it 1st and 15 back at the 22. Race that handoff to Palmer. Looks like they may be alternating quarterbacks now between Moore and Seeger. Seeger's in there at quarterback.
Yeah, man, we've seen the last of Jimenez for tonight, I would think.
I would think so.
Unless Waco High makes it close, which I don't think is going to happen.
Have to get a lot of onside kicks to make that happen.
Yep.
Seeger takes a low snap, throws for the outside flat, and in and out of the hands of Cashin Lewis.
Lewis was wide open that time, just a little kind of an errant pass, I guess.
Midway's passing game now 20 of 30 for 284 yards. Remember how you used to be able to know substitutions were in the game because they had the clean uniform?
Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
Palmer with the handoff fights his way across the 15 Down to about the 13. And got back some of the yardage lost on the penalty. Picked up about 9 on that play. Brings up 3rd down and 6 at the 13. Checking in defensively for Waco High, Jacob Mitchell, number 90. Be a defensive end on the left side. Seeger at quarterback. The pass across the middle. Incomplete. And no flags.
Thought that we might have seen a flag on that, but we didn't.
Maybe it was uncatchable.
Yeah,
or was it uncatchable because of the holding?
Yeah, most of them all where they hold you like that. So it's field goal time, I assume.
Ice Bolin takes care of those duties for Midway. Out of the hole to Chase Wetzel. Good job by Wetzel to handle the snap. Bolin misses it though, wide to the right. So 8:01 left to go in the game. Midway misses the scoring opportunity. The score remains Midway 43 and Waco High 7.
Once again, Waco High's going to have to go back to the drawing board. Next week they got a tough task going down to Copper's Cove. You know, they're under a new coach down there this year, Jack Welch. Seemed like he was there 50 years. I know it wasn't 50, but he was there a long time.
I think he was there as long as I've been in the sports game.
Yeah. By the way, this game tonight on radio, Smokey and
Q.
Your boy Q, and then he got the Nesbitt boys doing the Waco High broadcast.
Yes, sir. Waco from their own 20-yard line. Very little running room there. And the running back is still down after the carry. That's Ridge.
Well, they can't afford too many more running backs to go down. And I will try to check it. We may not know tonight, but maybe next week on James Taylor, what happened, why they had to carry him off the field in the first half. And does Carpenter come back in now? Or?
I would think so. Got University here next week, Coach?
Yeah, they got hosting the Joshua Owls next week. They got an open day tonight, so.
Well, that'll allow them to heal up a little bit.
Yeah.
Their last outing was at Cleburne.
Didn't turn out too well for them.
Did not turn out very well at all. Ridge is going to limp back to the sideline on his own power. Good to see him on his own power, but don't like to see that limp. That'll be Johnson back in the running back spot for Waco High. Jordan Fuller still operating at quarterback. We've seen Dwayne Howard a couple of times call the signals.
Howard is a senior, and of course Fuller is a junior, so Kwame Cavill trying to get him as much experience as possible to build for the future, I assume.
Clock put back in motion now that Jaden Ridge has made it to the sideline. Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson looking for some blocks, none there. On the fence for Midway, a number 37 that I don't have on my list.
Well, if you don't, I probably don't.
Because I gave you the same list.
That's what I'm saying.
It's back to the 16-yard line, a loss of 4 for Johnson. Brings up 3rd and 14. Waco just unable to move the ball offensively tonight. Jordan Fuller on the road out. Throws, a flag thrown in the backfield, and the ball is intercepted by Gerard London.
Got to be holding it on Waco High, don't you imagine?
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Imagine the interception will hold. Second interception thrown tonight by Jordan Fuller.
Holding, offense, number 79. Penalty is declined. First down.
Go get your flag, Nelson. There you go.
6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the game. Midway with a 43-7 lead on Waco High. And they have the ball once again in Waco's end of the field at the Lion 48-yard line.
Hey, thank y'all very much. Yeah, it was tough last week and didn't know where to go. Okay, yeah, back here next week. Thanks.
Is that a new member of the committee? I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, he's from Mount Calm. Another flag.
Procedure penalty against Midway. Most likely will move this one back.
False start, offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That moves it back to the Midway part of the field. Back to the 47 of the Panthers. Moore, the quarterback, will take it around the right side, looking for blocks, gets one from Palmer and gets free down the sideline before he's finally pushed out by Rodney Ratley.
Pretty nice run right here. Showing good speed. Okay, our offensive player of the game for Waco High will be Nakabian McCoy. I guess I pronounced that right. Our defensive player will be Corey Ebert. So we'll bench those two young men following the game along with Coach Kwame Cavill from Waco High.
After the 21-yard gain for Moore, 1st and 10 at the 32. Handoff goes to Palmer, bounces it outside, picks up a block downfield, steps out of bounds at the 17. Picked up 15 on the play for Palmer.
I know Coach Hume doesn't want to run up the score. He's basically keeping the ball on the ground, but they're making big yardage.
You can't tell those reserves not to score. They get in play and they want to score. Notice 44 Craig Dawson in at the blocking back position for Midway. Once again, it's Palmer with the football, weaving his way inside the 10 down to about the 7. 10-yard gain for Palmer.
Chase Palmer is a tough running back. Of course, he doesn't get a lot of time.
Not running behind Fulbright.
No, he's not going to get a lot of time, most likely.
He's got 1st and goal for Midway at the 7-yard line. Clock continues to roll with 6:10 left to go in the contest. Moore fakes the handoff. Keeper around the right side will be ridden out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Mondo O'Neal runs him out there. Let's see him back in the game after leaving with an injury.
There's another look at Moore right there. I tell you, I'm impressed. That young man got pretty good speed. And boy, what a heck of a block that was thrown right there at the end of that play. I'm trying to get the young man's number from Midway. Caleb Davis, a heck of a block.
2nd down and goal from the 2. Hand off to Palmer, and Palmer is into the end zone for the touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the night for Palmer.
Another look at Palmer, just powers his way right up through the middle and for the touchdown. Put the 49th point on the board for Midway.
Bryce Bolin going to have a sore toe for the night's over. Actually, it's not Bolin in to kick. Got a new kicker in. That was number 86, which we don't have on our roster. He's able to put it through. So with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left to go, Midway with a 50-7 lead over Waco High.
I thought Midway was a better team going in tonight, but I certainly didn't see this score coming. I did not.
Midway goes 48 yards in 5 plays in just 1 minute and 24 seconds.
You can tell looking at the Waco High bench, those folks are very dejected down there right now.
I'm sure Kwame Cavill, who's a very quiet, studious type guy, he studies what's going on and he's trying to find ways to fix it. Give him some time, he's going to fix it.
Yeah, he will. Good coaches usually have good players. The better the players, the better the coaches. That's all I'm going to say.
As Daddy Darrell used to say, you got to dance with who brings.
That's exactly right. And Midway's been dancing with Fulbright, which is rightfully so.
Fulbright, 17 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Midway on the ground, 39 rushing plays for 183 yards, 284 in the air, 20 of 30 passing. Picked up at the 6-yard line. Ratliff is going to be farm tackled at the 10 and pushed back. Excuse me, that was J.D. Reese with the return. Waco going to be deep in their own territory to start this drive. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play, and there's a flag on the play. Usually that means 5 yards against the return team for a block in the back.
Good look at J.D. Reese right there, and a good pursuit by Midway.
Nelson Barnes will tell us the meaning of the yellow hanky. We think.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 64 on the receiving team, participating after his helmet was off. It's half the distance to the goal, first down.
Pretty tough youngster if you participate when your helmet's off.
Number one, I'm not sure why that's a penalty, other than the safety factor. But you're told to play until the whistle blows. If the guy's helmet comes off, blow the whistle. That's the way I look at it, but I'm kind of cross-eyed. Bad snap to Fuller. He'll throw it away just to make sure that he doesn't give up the safety.
Could that be construed as intentional grounding?
Could be, but I don't see any flags. And there was somebody close. It had Matthew Mason fairly close to the reception.
Yeah, he was within about 20 yards.
Yeah, back judge says, yeah, there was a receiver out there. So second down and 10.
7 bad snaps tonight.
Wow. We're at the Waco 4. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson will get it up to about the 6-yard line.
There was a hole there, but it closed very, very quickly.
2 yards on the play, third down and 8. Waco with their backs to the wall. As the Midway defense, doesn't really kind of matter who they put on the field, they're getting the job done. Johnson on the sweep back into his end zone. Will get out of the end zone, but finally run out of bounds at about the 5-yard line for a 1-yard loss. He was in danger of giving up a safety.
I thought he was going to give up a safety. That's just a good effort on his part to get it about the 2-yard line.
Punting situation sends Chris Escada into his own end zone to try to get it away, and it brings out the ever-dangerous Travarius Hodges, the 5'10", 175-pound speedster. Well, now he's headed back to the sideline. Looks like Midway has decided just to let the ball be kicked as far as possible, because they're not sending anybody back. Good snap to Escada, and he kicks it up the middle of the field. It'll take a Waco High roll. They get a really nice roll out of this, all the way down to the Midway 40-yard line. Midway will have it with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the contest. And a 50-7 lead on Waco High. They led 22-0 at half.
Remember, we'll be visiting with Corey Ebram and Kavian McCoy following the contest. That 3-minute mark, I'll have to go down, I guess, because the elevator is pretty slow here. In case you hadn't noticed.
I've noticed. Notice the elevator's not the only slow thing around here. Midway 60 yards away. Send out Seeger as the quarterback this time, with Palmer as his running back. Hand it to Palmer. Palmer up the middle. Breaks free. Don't know if Waco High can catch him. And he will go the distance, 60 yards for the touchdown. That'll be Palmer's third touchdown tonight in a relief role.
Yes, sir, and I'll tell you what, he went right up Main Street. I don't believe he was even touched on this touchdown. There he goes.
Well, it won't get him on the track team to go 60 yards in 13 seconds, but it'll certainly get him on the scoreboard.
Yes, it will.
Gus Ruth on to try the point after, and he'll make it good. And with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the contest, Midway's lead is now 50 points at 57-7.
I would say the route is on, no question about it. And like I say, Midway will have an open date next week, and then they'll get ready to. They still got Temple and Belton ahead of them.
If this were a 6-man game, it would be over.
Yeah. Mercy rule, right?
Yes, sir. Well, now the last 2 games we've done here that have been lopsided, with University's big win over Austin Travis.
Yeah, or was that before the Burleson game?
That's right. That was before the Burleson game. That was Burleson in between.
Burleson game was a blowout also. I just hope Waco High doesn't come out of this thing injury riddled. They've had a lot of people injured tonight.
Certainly have. Kevian McCoy, the deep man on the near side. Reese on the far side. Waiting for the kick from Ruth. Going to come down to Reese at the 13, looking for the return hole, and finds a little bit of a crease. Gets it up to about the 31, 32-yard line.
Just tough sledding for Waco High. No use coming out and throwing the football now. Just Kwame probably hopes that clock runs. He said that sure is a slow clock.
Midway has run 70 offensive plays for 527 yards. Waco High's offense 52 plays for just 166 yards. On their own 32-yard line, Randy Carpenter late in getting into the backfield with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Jordan Fuller tells him to play and then hands him the football. Says, here, run with it. Carpenter able to get loose, tries to tiptoe the sideline and tight ropes it up to the 37. Pick up a 5 for Randy Carpenter.
Nice run for Randy Carpenter, but basically Midway's pretty much taken him out of the game tonight.
Certainly have. Carpenter, that's his 16th carry tonight for 82 yards. He was looking for his third 100-yard game of the season tonight. Needs another 18 yards to get there. Fake the handoff. Fuller with the keep. Tries to bounce it outside, and he's whirlwind down. Spinning tackle there for number 37 for Midway, who's not on our roster.
It was a good tackle anyway, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Look, I think I'll be making my way down, and as always, if it goes in overtime, I will return.
Fuller lost 5 on that, brings up 3rd down and 10. We actually lost 4. It's at the 33-yard line. Waco High letting the clock run down, the coaching staff, before they send the play in. Little confusion. Fuller tries to pass it into the flat, trying to get it to his motion man, Rashawn Smith, who was almost in the way of the snap. So the incomplete pass will force a punt for Waco High. Waco High only had 2 first downs in the first half. I think they've only had 2 in the second half. Sammy Johnson gets his helmet on and part of the punt team here. Once again, Midway sends nobody deep to receive the punt. Spiral that will check up and take a Midway bounce and roll back to about the 31-yard line. But Midway will have it with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the contest, leading Waco High 57-7. Midway just...
We have unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 49 on the kicking team, unnecessary roughness. There'll be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
Sean Fisher picking up the 15-yard penalty. That'll put the ball somewhere near midfield. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line. And Midway's into the field. Both teams not able to score on their first 2 possessions of the game, but Midway scored on their 3rd possession and has not trailed since, as Palmer once again runs up the middle and gets into Waco territory inside the 40-yard line. Picked up about 17 on the play. Down to the 38-yard line. Chase Palmer now has carried the ball just 7 times for 115 yards. They've got 2 100-yard rushers tonight in Fulbright and Palmer. And now it looks like Midway is going to go into victory formation and try to run out the clock. Play clock is down to 2 as they snap the ball. And Moore will take the knee, or excuse me, Seeger will take the knee. So Midway will run their record to 3-1 on the year, but more importantly, 2-0 in district play. Waco High drops to 1-3 on the year, and they are winless in their 2 district games so far. About a 10-second difference. As once again, the play clock rolls down to 2 before Midway makes the snap, takes the knee with 1:10 left on the game clock. So I believe Midway can snap it one more time, and that'll be the game. Midway runs 42 rushing plays tonight for 257 yards. They're 20 of 30 passing for 284 yards. So 72 plays, 547 yards, 541 yards for Midway. Waco High tonight, 41 rushing plays for 101 yards, just 4 of 13 passing for 66 yards. They run a grand total of 54 plays for 167 yards. And what it adds up to is a victory for the Midway Panthers by a score of 57-7. Stay where you are. When we come back, we'll have our post-game interviews right here on Waco ISD TV.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where Waco High lost the game tonight, a district game to Midway Panthers. Nakeebian McCoy is our offensive player of the game. Our defensive player is Corey Ebram. First, we're going to visit with Nakeebian. Nakeebian, I know it's a tough loss to you guys, but I want you to, number one, you had 1 touchdown that was called back.
Yes, sir.
The second one was called out of bounds, which was very close both ways, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. The one that they called, that interference, I really didn't feel like it was really a pass interference. I barely touched him. Second one, I feel like the more looseness, like I get out the ball, so I'm good.
Was that play open most of the night, or were you pretty well covered?
Okay, you see, first play of the game, they not really so fast, so they was biting on everything. They biting on hitches, everything. Hitch pump, he bit on it, Saw the ball, executed the play.
What does this do for you guys? That's your second district loss. You're still in the district race as far as the playoffs concerned. But how does this team bounce back?
We bounced back far. At the beginning, we had players that wasn't sure that if they wanted to be on the team. We had people quitting. Now we got a team that's actually working. We had a good practice this whole week. Everybody was working. Everybody was on their objectives. You know, this game, we really shouldn't have lost because we fought hard. We fought hard. It's just, I feel like we just gave up. We just gave up.
Well, regroup and get ready for Cove next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let's talk to Corey Abram. Seems like Corey's been playing about 15 years on this team. This is your third year, I believe, as a starter, isn't it?
Yes, sir. My third year.
Talk a little bit about this game tonight, Corey. You had a heck of a first half. You were all over the field, but what about this Midway team? They were pretty good, weren't they?
Oh yeah, the Midway team, they're well trained. You know, they've been working, and I respect them. They're a pretty good team, really good team. You know, wish the best of luck to them. You know, we came out hard, but they wore us down. So you know.
I guess one of the keys to the game for you guys going into the game was try to stop Fulbright.
Yes, sir. I think we did a really good job of containing them, making sure you didn't break loose, and I'm proud of our team for that. I feel like we can still improve, though.
As a senior on this Waco High football team, you've seen the ups and the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. How does this team bounce back?
Hard work. Everyone coming to practice, and everyone just doing what they need to do. And that's pretty much it.
Like 2 district losses now. You're not out of it mathematically, but the road gets a little tougher. You go to Cove next week. You don't know anything about them yet. You guys are going to have to regroup, though.
Yes, sir. I mean, it comes with it. You got your ups, your downs, but it's line pride all around, so we're going to fight back. We're going to bounce back.
Good luck to you, Corey. Let's bring the arc in here and wrap her up.
Well, we knew the Midway Panthers were going to run a lot with Fulbright. He gets over 100 yards. His backup, Chase Palmer, gets over 100 yards. And the Waco offense finds very little answer against the Midway defense.
Yeah, it's a good Midway football team, and Waco High was stayed in till late in the first quarter. They was only down 7-0, and then the wheels came off. So they got to get it together and get ready for Copper's Cove now. That's all you can do.
Yeah, just keep pounding the rock. So the final here from Waco ISD Stadium is Midway 57 and Waco High 7 for our entire Waco ISD crew. And for the coach, Butch Henry, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD Stadium.